Alright, so technically it is December 18th, 2013. It is about 41 minutes after midnight. So I guess it is a vlog for today, but I'll probably end up doing another one. As you can see, I am in the same area as I was last night. And I have gotten quite a bit more done. I've used up all of my insulation. And you see, I've got the ceiling insulated over here in half of the area that the office will be. And the other half, if you remember, I don't want to blind you with the lights here, but up here it's still, still open all the way up there. So I got to figure out still exactly how I'm going to do that, and then insulate that, as well as the rest of the ceiling throughout the building here. But I have gotten the walls insulated all the way down, and then over their front doors, or well, the only doors, and then all the way over there up here. I've gotten all of the exterior walls on this lower portion, this lower level, insulated. There are two small strips on either side of the doors that I need to get insulated, but that's really nothing. And then the doors themselves, I'll insulate the back side of those doors. Other than that, the ceiling, like I said, throughout the building, or at least this, this ceiling part, I'll get all that insulated, and it should help with the temperature being regulated. And I have thermometers. I got one of them right there. If you see, it is about 40 degrees in here now. It was in the 30s. Looking to see if I can see my breath. I can. That's how I gauge about how cold it is. But it's better. I can tell it's a little bit better in here. And this, if just in case you want to know, this is R13 insulation. So it's used for exterior walls and floors and basements and things like that. But of course, we all know that heat goes up, and that's how it escapes. So I'm going to have to get some insulation, some more insulation. I need to find out what the square footage of the ceiling is, so I can buy enough insulation for that. And we'll be good to go. From there, once I can actually, I got to get up the money and then insulate that. Now, I've been thinking about doing a Kickstarter program for a while, or Kickstarter project, as they call it. And so I was talking to a guy that I've met. I met on Twitter, actually, and he sent me Gary Vaynerchuk's Jab, 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 Right Hook, his new book there. And I was talking to him about Kickstarter projects, because in one of his podcast episodes that he does on iCloud, that is called The Startup Riff, if you want to look for that. His name is Matthew Galizzi, or Galizzi, Gallizzi, and he also does it with Freeman LaFleur. They're the two good friends that do that podcast there. But I was talking to them, or talking to Matthew about bootstrapping and lenders and getting investors and things like that for businesses. And they said he's basically had an experience with bootstrapping, putting everything together yourself, paying for everything yourself, and so he knows that bit. And he doesn't really care for the idea of getting lenders and investors and having other people be I guess on, more pressure and things from them. But then I asked him what he thought about crowdfunding, like Kickstarter. So he seems to like the idea of crowdfunding, and said that he was going to address that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have going on. So I got to get up in the morning. I want to have my son, as he's 9 months old, and then I'll have my nephew, who is, I don't know, like 15 months old, something like that, and he's running around everywhere and chewing on stuff and picking up crayons and things like that. So they're going to keep me busy between the two of them, and getting feeding times and nap times and all that sort of good stuff, keeping him from eating things. And my son's starting to crawl around and grab everything he can and stick into his mouth. What else? I've been listening to a lot of Entrepreneur on Fire with John Lee Dumas. I listened to and watched a webinar that he had yesterday, now technically, at from 3 to about 5 o'clock, kind of about Podcaster's Paradise. And that was really good and really informative, and I'd really like to be a part of Podcaster's Paradise. However, of course, I don't have the money for that. It's a lifetime membership. When you do, pay for it, it's like $500 some, almost $600 or so. You can split that up into as many as 7 payments. So, that'd be like $97 a month or so. But that's another almost $100 a month on top of everything else that I have going on. But I do want to get a podcast going for my business and get that kind of exposure and be able to give some free content out like that, as well as doing blog posts on my website and free content that way. Good information, education about different disease processes. The only thing I can't do is make it individualized that way, and that's where my services actually come in, talking to individuals and finding out a little bit about their medical history and kind of what they do or what they've done for work, and because a lot of things really play into that. So I'm not going to get into all that here because this video is going on almost 7 minutes. But I'm going to let you go for now. I've gotten some things accomplished, and we will see what happens tomorrow. I will, or today, I guess later today. But I'll make another vlog today, and I'll probably go running tomorrow. I ran 4 miles today, or yesterday. I can't remember if I told you that or not. But I did run, and I'll probably run today or tomorrow. Depends if I follow that marathon plan or not. Alright, so I'll talk to y'all later. I'll talk to you later. Later today. Awkward silence.